Hey guys. I'm Shirin Najafi, and I am Persian, which explains my name, and also explains my sad Middle Eastern eyes. You know the eyes I'm talking about. The ones that are peeking out from behind the scarf on the cover of National Geographic. It's a weird time to be Persian. Persian is the same thing as Iranian, because Trump recently tried to ban all Iranians from entering the country. The thing that is kind of ironic to me about that is, I don't know if you guys know a ton of Persians. Yeah? But there really is no culture that is closer to Donald Trump than Persian people. Not just in their sense of interior design and love of gold, marble, Corinthian columns, but in every facet of life. Like, Persians are ostentatious, they're narcissistic, they all look really wealthy, but are mostly on the verge of bankruptcy. Like, you can have a Persian family that's dead broke, and still they live in that classic LA Persian house. You've all seen it, it's massive. Looks like the Cheesecake Factory. When I was 13, my mom sat me down to have the talk that all Persian mothers have with their daughters around that age. And she was like, honey, listen, you're growing, your body's changing, things are gonna be happening inside of you, and it's time for you to get a nose job. And I ended up getting one, not when I was 13, but when I was 18. Persians are weird, you know, they love to boast that they are the greatest race on earth, while doing everything possible to just remove all of the ethnicity. Can I talk? To remove all of the ethnicity from their faces. It's a weird culture. My mom is a true Persian in that she values and respects people entirely based on how they look physically. So she lives in Northern California, and she once visited me in LA, and I had a meeting, so I dropped her off at the Century City Mall. And she sent me this stream of texts from the mall, which I'm going to read to you. This is what she said. These are the ugliest people on earth. I need to vomit. Why American become horrific? I am sitting on this chair watching people, not a single normal nice person. Not one. American are so ugly. Scary. Is it Halloween? It does kind of sound like Trump's Twitter feed at 3 in the morning. I feel like all she would need to do is add sad exclamation point. Or maybe make the Century City Mall great again. I do feel like our political situation is kind of opened a can of worms with dating. I was dating this guy, and I could tell he was kind of losing interest, and then we had this weird night. And the next day I called him out on it. I was like, you know, what was up with last night? It seems like you're not really into this. And he was like, no, it's just that last night I was super bummed about the Supreme Court, like everything that's happening. Being bummed about the Supreme Court is the new, I'm just not over my ex. Like, it's not you, it's Paul Ryan, okay? No, it's not. When a guy is into a girl, he will sleep with her under any circumstance, like amidst the sobs of deported immigrants. Politics won't get in the way. One of my friends recently fell in love and met the one. She's super stoked. And she was describing the feeling as being Indiana Jones and finding a treasure at the end of a long journey. Made me think of my last boyfriend, which was kind of like finding a white van with a murderer inside of it. And he was signaling at me to come inside this van, and I just ignored all of the red flags and went inside. And I guess it's confusing, like, where is the story going? There was no treasure in the van. That's been a tough relationship for me to get over. I've had a tough time moving on. I was head over heels in love with this guy, and then he cheated on me. It was a single indiscretion, but he lied, and that was ultimately the deal breaker, and we broke up. And now it's been like over a year, but I still think about what things would be like if he got hit by a car. I am on the dating apps. I'm trying to get back into dating. One thing that annoys me about the apps is that like the one place where you can really get to know something about someone's personality is in the text. And so many guys list their interests as coffee, whiskey, and vinyl. Vinyl records, music. That doesn't help me, because what that says to me is you need something to take away the pain at night, you need something to take away the pain in the morning, and you like music. That's being a human being. That doesn't really narrow anything. My guy friend was saying the female equivalent, what girls write on their dating profiles, their interests are hiking, adventures, and pizza. If hiking and adventures are two of your top interests, the third one isn't pizza. The third one is like baked salmon. If pizza actually is one of your top 3 interests, the other 2 interests are depression naps and late night sugar binges. I don't know if any of you guys remember this jingle from the Bagel Bites commercial in the 90s. It was like pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. I was thinking about this recently and wondering, in retrospect, if it was about child abuse. Like if it was about the mom, you know, who was just like, fuck it all, and bought 30 boxes of Bagel Bites for a month's worth of food. You know, so it's like, Mom, what's for breakfast? It's pizza in the morning. How many times do I have to fucking say that? Pizza in the morning. Mom, what's for dinner? It's pizza for supper, okay? So how many times have I said this? Pizza in the morning, pizza for supper, pizza in the evening. There's no lunch, okay? That's the meal plan. I'm sleeping all day. Every time I hear this jingle now in my head, I think of that voice. I hear my mother's voice. That's a dark ending. All right, that's all I have. Thanks, guys.